Are we filming? How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the video. Hi everyone! Welcome back to Actually Clean Beauty. My name is Joanna, and I'm here today to tell you about my 4 favorite non-toxic foundations. I recently started a new website called actuallycleanbeauty.com. I have some makeup reviews on there as well as some deep dives into the top 12 cosmetics ingredients to avoid. I have part 1 up on there right now. I'm working on part 2. I'm really interested in getting into the nitty-gritty of which ingredients in our cosmetics should be avoided and which ones shouldn't and why. So let's get into my favorite foundations. First on my list is the Suntegrity Impeccable Skin. This foundation is so awesome. Like, I don't even have a full size of it yet. I got the sample set from Suntegrity, a $3 sample set. They'll give you 3 different shades of your choice. So I have my little sample here. Environmental Working Group gives this foundation a 2. Their scale goes from 0 is the cleanest and 10 is the dirtiest. So this rates a 2, which is really good. Think Dirty is another resource you can use like Environmental Working Group. It's an app, but you can also look up products on there and it will give you a score if it's in their database. Think Dirty gave this foundation a 3. This basically doubles as an SPF. It's SPF 30. When I first put it on, I was like, who am I looking at? I just couldn't believe how beautiful it looked. It was glowy, but I didn't look oily. It's smoothing and like plumping. This is why I think it's like my favorite foundation, because it not only smooths and blurs and has SPF, but it also made me look plumper. I like that. For me, this foundation is a clean dupe for the Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream. If you've used that BB cream, you know how awesome it is. It really gives you that glowy, plumped effect. This Suntegrity is just like that, and it's ultra clean. The Misha Perfect Cover has all kinds of like silicones and fragrance. I feel like when I was looking at the ingredients, I was constantly going like, it was just an attack of like every different type of ingredient that you don't want. So that being said, the Suntegrity at $55 is quite a bit more expensive than the Misha Perfect Cover, but a little bit does go a long way. So the Impeccable Skin also contains blue light protection. I don't know a lot about it, but apparently we get some type of light from screens. When you're looking at your phone or your computer, there's some type of light that we get that isn't good for us, apparently. I know some people wear blue light glasses. Like I said, you can order a $3 sample set from Suntegrity, and that's really handy. Especially a lot of these non-toxic foundations that you buy online, you can't find them in Sephora or Ulta or the drugstore. It's kind of like a trial and error. So I feel like the sample set some of these companies do is really great deals for you to just try out the foundation and figure out what your shade is without having to mail it back or something. 2 downsides to this foundation: there is only 6 shades, and then if you have like really oily skin, I would say give it a try with like a mattifying setting powder. You could give that a try. I like to set this foundation with either my CoverGirl Clean Fresh Pressed Powder or the Fitglow Bamboo Setting Powder. Overall, if you fit into those 6 shades that they provide, I think this is a good investment for an everyday foundation. Okay, so the next 3 foundations are really in no particular order. I like them all for different reasons. The Fitglow Foundation Plus. Like the Suntegrity, this one is a medium coverage, but buildable. Environmental Working Group did not independently review this product. I used their Build Your Own Report feature. The score that came out was a 5, which I think is too high for this foundation. When you use the build your own report feature, it can't always give you a really accurate score. One of the ingredients that contributed to it being a 5 is the chromium oxide green. I'm not an expert by any means. I'm just a consumer who started doing research. What I found is that chromium oxide green is a colorant. So there's a concern that if it has the chromate ion in it, it's either dangerous because it's a heavy metal. I've also seen that it can create an allergic reaction or be irritating to the skin. In the European Union, their cosmetics regulations are much tighter than they are here in the US, and they require that if you have a product on the market in the EU and it contains chromium oxide green, it cannot contain the chromate ion. I personally confirmed with Fitglow customer service that they follow all of the EU cosmetics regulations. Other ingredients that cause it to have a high score on environmental working group that I don't think really should contribute to it having a high score are green tea and licorice. From what I've found, those two things aren't really a problem in cosmetics, so I think that that score is a little bit skewed. Suntegrity app gave this foundation a 0. This is another foundation that I don't have the full size yet. Like, as soon as I tried it like a couple times and I was like, ooh, this is good. This is my little sample. I'm in the shade F2. It says that it's like a photo filter, and it really kind of is. It was smoothing and blurring. I'm someone who gets oily after like a few hours, and I noticed that I did not look oily until like maybe 5 hours or so. I was pretty impressed, especially for a natural foundation. A little goes a long way. I learned that the hard way. I was looking at the website and it said to dot it along your face and then go in with a brush. And so I was dotting it all over. As I started to blend it out, I was like, oh no, it's everywhere. That was a lot. So this comes in 18 different shades. For me, it helps control my oil. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It is also on the pricier side at $55, but again, a little bit does go a long way. This does not have SPF in it. For me, SPF is really important, so they have a primer with SPF in it. This is what it looks like. It has these flowers on it. It's a mineral sunscreen, so you can put it on over your moisturizer and everything, and it will still protect you from the sun. It's a pretty good primer. You can use that if you decide to go with the Fitglow Foundation. Up next, we have the Mineral Fusion Pressed Powder Foundation. I just discovered this. It's been around for a while. It is EWG verified. So that's Environmental Working Group's program where they independently review with the company the ingredients that are in their product, and they actually verify that the amounts of certain ingredients are what they say they are. If that sounds a little broad, it's because that's all I know about it. From the ingredients, the only thing that might stand out and be problematic for somebody is Phenoxyethanol, which is a preservative that some people prefer to avoid. Personally, since I'm not putting it directly on my lips or my eyes, and it's in a pressed powder format, I feel comfortable with it and it doesn't bother me. Other than that, it's pretty clean. Suntegrity gives this a 4. So what I love about this foundation is that it's so easy to apply. You just take your powder brush, swirl it on, and apply however much you want. You can make it light coverage. You can make, today I'm wearing it right now. I'm in the shade Cool 2. This replaced my previous favorite foundation, the Jane Iredale Pure Pressed Base. I feel like those two products are pretty similar. This one does not have dimethicone in it. Also, the Jane Iredale does have that chromium oxide green in it. I reached out to Jane Iredale customer service to ask if their chromium oxide green has the chromate ion in it, and they never got back to me, so I don't know what to think about that. I love Jane Iredale, like their lip liners, but I just wanted something a little bit cleaner. And what I notice about it, it matches the coolness of my skin tone while still giving it a warmth. I don't know how they do that, but it's pretty good. I like that. Pretty awesome. And like I was saying, it's just super easy to create a look of like almost perfect skin really fast. I do tend to get oily after like even a couple hours. Like, I'm just starting to get oily right now. But that's kind of why I like to use this on like a date night or something where I'm just going to be out for like 2 or 3 hours. If I'm going to be out longer than that, I just make sure to bring blotting papers or powder. There are 24 shades, which is pretty awesome. As far as the price, it's around what I've seen, $21 to $33, so that's really not bad for a foundation of this quality. Last but not least, but definitely cheapest, is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Pressed Powder. It's light to medium coverage. Environmental Working Group, I had to use their build your own report feature for this one because the Environmental Working Group's listing of this product had outdated ingredients. The build your own report feature gave it a score of a 1. Think Dirty does not have a current listing of this product with the correct ingredients. I think it's so fabulous that CoverGirl came out with a clean product like this. I wish more conventional brands would start doing that. It just makes clean beauty more accessible to everybody. One brand that has done that, at least with one product, is Revlon. Came out with a primer that is Environmental Working Group verified. So I use this sometimes. It's the Revlon Photo Ready Prime Plus Perfecting and Smoothing Makeup Skincare Primer. Anyway, so this is also cruelty-free, Leaping Bunny certified. You can use this as a foundation on its own. I tend to use it pretty frequently as like a tinted setting powder over foundation, or this also works really well if you are someone like me who gets oily. You don't have to spend an arm and a leg on setting powder. So it does have that blurring effect. It doesn't feel heavy. All of the ingredients on this product score under a 3 on Environmental Working Group. There is a limited shade range. I think it's 6 shades, so that's kind of a bummer. Hopefully they'll come out with more. This does not have an SPF. If you have very dry skin, I could see how it could maybe be too drying. Maybe use it over like a BB cream or a tinted moisturizer. That's it for my top 4 non-toxic foundations. These are in my rotation currently, and I'm always trying out new foundations. I'm excited to start doing more videos and updating my website for you guys, so we can kind of learn together which ingredients to avoid and why. I didn't even realize until I started using clean products every day, especially around my eye area. And then one day I went back to like an old eyeliner where my left eye will just like weep like all day, just kind of steadily, like I have to keep wiping it away. I'm like, what is it? I haven't figured out which ingredient that is, or if it's just a bunch of them. That kind of hammers home for me that I'm like on the right track with trying to make my skincare and my makeup routine as clean as possible. I'm excited to take you along on this journey with me. My website is actuallycleanbeauty.com. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.